The Friday before she passed, we were told we might have 6 months, and we could not have imagined that we would only have 5 days. On that Tuesday night, I had a moment of pure clarity with Mom. I played her favorite song, Imagine, and she closed her eyes and silently sang along. We both said, I love you, and I kissed her forehead and left for the night, and it was the last moment I would have with her being awake. The following day, we waited, hoping she would wake up again, and when it became clear that she would not, and everyone left for the night, I climbed in bed with her and cried. And I read a letter that I will share with all of you in a moment. I played Imagine, John Denver, and even some past Obama speeches. Mayor Pete was on the docket for the next day. Then I whispered in her ear that she could go to Chris, that her beautiful boy was waiting for her. And those were my last words to her. And I have chosen to believe in my heart that she heard me, and she passed away at 2:45 a.m. When we lost my older brother Chris 14 years ago, the song Say What You Need to Say by John Mayer was very popular, and I couldn't listen to it, and I can't listen to it today because of having left so much unsaid with my brother. So I made the decision then to tell my parents everything I needed them to know. I wrote a letter, sealed it in an envelope, and told them to read it during a sunset in their beloved Mexico. And today I'm going to share part of that letter. And this is the letter that I read to Mom that night. Mom and Dad, since speaking at Chris's service, I have been haunted knowing how much it would have meant to him to hear the amazing things friends and family had to say about him. What confidence it would have given to him to truly know how he was viewed and celebrated. I vowed to myself soon after that I would write down my thoughts about the two of you. It is important to me that you know what I will say about you when the day I never want to talk about arrives. As I said at Chris's service, Chris Kelly and I have always understood what a cherished childhood you gave to us. We grew up witnessing your love story as an example to follow, knowing without question to never settle for less. As an adult now, I understand the gift of growing up in a family that would have been forgiving of anything. We were encouraged to be free, to be adventurous, to live and to make mistakes. We did so knowing we always had a safe place to return to. There was nothing we could do that would ever have made us feel that we could not come home and be supported 100%. You might not have been able to get us out of everything, but you would have been stood by us through everything, through anything. In this crazy world, I also have great appreciation for giving us the gift of never seeing the color of skin. Ours was a world of equality and inclusion, and it is one of the greatest gifts and life lessons you've bestowed upon us. Mom, I will always remember oranges in our Christmas stockings. You reading to us the night before Christmas in your flannel nightgown at the top of the stairs. Picking Maureen up at the airport for the first time, and you both stepping in to be the parent she so desperately needed at the time. The wonderful magic of the Lion's Tale, traveling to gift shows across the country with you and learning the art of purchasing and display that would forever be in my blood. I always felt so special on those trips. I will remember going to New York and getting off the double-decker red tour bus to join in a peace march that we would later find out was one of the largest in history. We did that. No idea what we were marching for, but we did it. And she made a sign with a stranger, of course. I will remember you visiting me in London when I was desperately homesick. You and I have always been very different, but somehow we balance each other. You were always social, and I liked being alone. You once asked me what my favorite part of a Rotary party was, and I replied, when I closed the door of the restroom stall and I was alone. You always wanted to be with people, listening to music and dancing. The night of my very first date with Barry, you came to Portland for a visit and plopped yourself down on the couch when he arrived to pick me up. I was mortified. It was enough to have my neighbors leave Post-it notes on my door telling me which date they were rooting for, but to have my mother actually be there to greet my date. And thankfully, he did not run. I was mortified again when you left an Easter basket outside the guest bedroom door during his first visit home with my family. When Barry and I struggled with infertility for 4 long, heartbreaking years, you were my rock. Looking into adoption, you heard through your social grapevine that the owner of La Burrito was known to facilitate local adoptions for young pregnant teens. And I will always remember our excitement and we planned to go to La Burrito to get our baby. As if it were as easy as pulling up to a drive-thru and placing an order. That was one of the funny moments during a time when I was constantly flooded with grief. After years of being poked and prodded and drugged without a happy ending, I gave up. And when we were told our last option was in vitro fertilization with a price tag of $12,000, I was done. You refused to give up. You invited me to lunch and told me that you and Dad wanted to pay for the IVF procedure. And to this day, I remember your exact words. You can inherit this money when we are gone, or we can all find joy in it now. And I agreed to go in for the consultation, and it changed our lives. It was not easy to go through, but it worked. And the moment I called to tell you we were pregnant will remain in my heart always. You had just pulled into the driveway when you answered your cell phone, and I said, "Hi, Grandma." And you ran in circles around your car yelling to Kelly and Chris. She honked the horn too, yelling that they were going to be uncles. And when expecting twins, we went in for a 10-week ultrasound and only one heartbeat could be heard. And I went home, I curled up in the fetal position on the couch and I sobbed. I closed out the world. And I remember you arriving and rubbing my back, encouraging me to focus on the living baby. And at the end of the pregnancy, you asked me every day if I thought the baby was coming, and it drove me insane. And then when the baby actually was coming and Barry called you at 3 a.m., you hung up on him in your sleep. And to you both, I love with all of my heart that our girls call you Amma and Ampa. It is precious and perfect. I love our trips to Sun River each summer and the gift we have given the next generation to always remember and appreciate. And just as we did as children, and Lake Tahoe too. I have no doubt their experiences will stay with them always as their memories of you there. I love that they have grown up knowing the magic of my childhood home, treats in the kitchen drawer, flashlight hunts, clock parades, exploring the land, and canoeing in the pond. I love that we will never question which side of history we stood on. All 3 of us got that from you, 4 of us, because Maureen is included in that too. Mom, you always used to tell us how proud you felt walking down the streets of Winnemac, Indiana as a child and hearing people say, "That's John Sully's daughter." And I understand now. I'm so proud to be your daughter. Love to you during this gloaming, Erin. And to all of you, I do not have the words to express our appreciation for the love and support you have given to us. She was quite a lady, a character of charm, and most certainly loved. And thank you for loving her.